Hello everyone, and in today's video we'll be looking at a scenario where Peru forms an empire. But remember to like and subscribe, and I hope these couple of mapping videos do well, as I'm starting to do mapping now, and I want to do mapping and shipping and a new series, but not yet. Anyways, let's look at this scenario. NATO, the EU, and all those organisations will be dissolved, so Peru has a good chance and a better chance of forming their empire, and they will be buffed up. So Peru isn't the strongest of countries. The first country they declare war on is, what's this country called? Ecuador. They declare war on Ecuador, and their troops in the south start to move in to try and get the Ecuador capital, which I think is over here. Well, it doesn't matter. Troops from the north will also move in. Yeah. And eventually, after the capturing of this area, Ecuador will surrender. And in the treaty, we see full annexation. This looks very nice. Now, Peru is going to think of how Chile got rid of their Peru-Bolivian, union, which they don't like Chile for. Now, so what are they going to do? They're going to declare war on the Chileans. And Chile wasn't expecting this, so they're able to take a lot of land at first, and even Bolivia joins in to get their sea access. And with Bolivian help, they're able to take all this northern land from Chile, which is bad for Chile because, they're losing land. But the Chileans will be able to put up a defense which will work, and the Bolivians and Peruvians are able to take some land, but the Chilean wall is essentially blocking them from taking any of northern Chile. But where it isn't blocking them, this like southish area. So they will make a naval landing in the south, which completely takes Chile by surprise. They was not expecting this, and they get severed into two. And now another country will get involved, and this country is Argentina, who declares war on Chile, but kind of on their own side because they don't want to be on the same side as aggressive imperializers. So they will start their invasion of Chile, which goes very well as they're able to split it in two. Well, it's already been split into. Split into how many parts it's been split into. This whole area here surrender to Argentina. And yeah, Chile will surrender. So we can look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, a couple of things happen. Chile is destroyed, Argentina takes all this land away from them, and Peru takes a lot of land, and they unite with Bolivia, which is great for them. So yeah, what will they do now? They can go after Colombia, but they're a strong country. But this country, Paraguay or whatever it's called, is not strong. So what are they going to do? They're going to invade it. And I don't really need to show the invasion, as they would get steamrolled by the Peru-Bolivian Union. I'm just going to call it Peru because it sounds better, and it's Peru's video, not Bolivia's yet. But I'd imagine Bolivia's video would be pretty much similar, but who cares? Now, Peru will start to realise that there isn't much land there because they can go after Argentina, but that probably wouldn't end well for them since they're a strong country. Probably go for Colombia, but they're also strong and would probably get some US help. But there is Venezuela that would help you. Brazil, you're not even thinking about them, they'd steamroll you. So that just leaves. So that only leaves Central America and Costa Rica or Paraguay or whatever this thing's called. This thing should be Colombian, anyways. They're weak, and the US doesn't have the Suez Canal, Panama Canal. So they're going to invade, which not really a lot of people are in favour of, especially Costa Rica, America, and Colombia, pretty much the whole world. So as Peru makes a landing, we see other countries get involved, which happen to be Colombia, Costa Rica, and yeah, America doesn't get involved because of stuff in their country. Anyways, Costa Rica doesn't have much of an army, so they're only going to take a little bit. In fact, they don't have an army. So, considering they don't have armed forces, this is pretty good for them. Colombia does have an army though, and a pretty strong one, so they're able to move past the Darien Gap and take all this for themselves. Eventually, Peru will realise that they don't take Suez Canal, they could be dead, so they're going to quickly blitz over to it, taking it while losing out on these front lines which Costa Rica and Colombia take. So let's look at this peace treaty. And this peace treaty looks like this. There is a bit of a problem. Peru has claims of the Costa Rican and Colombian land. I keep forgetting country names. Essentially, Peru claims all of this, and they don't get it. So what's going to happen? Costa Rica and Colombia will form an alliance to try make Peru like back off. But Peru is going to think this is free land. Why is it free land? As Venezuela doesn't like Colombia and Nicaragua. I don't know about the relations with Costa Rica, but this war starts. And yeah, let's look at the war. Immediately, Nicaragua. I don't know if these countries are the names I'm saying. I keep forgetting. But anyways, this country here will take all of this Costa Rican land, and Peru will move out, taking its claims. They'll also move out, taking their Colombian claims. Eventually, Costa Rica falls. In the north, Venezuela is doing good work against Colombia, and so is Peru. It's able to invade from the south, sticking to the coastal areas. It's a bit more developed than, the Amazon rainforest. They do make a tiny invasion into the Amazon, which goes pretty well. Pretty much no armies are down here. Same with Venezuela. They make a bit of an invasion to the Amazon, and it goes well because no armies are in the Amazon. Eventually, though, the real battle starts. Peruvian troops move out in a brutal campaign. Same with Venezuela. A lot of resistance, but it's not enough as Venezuela and Peru are able to take a lot of land. Eventually, these two fronts will connect up, and this front will connect up too, which pretty much spells defeat. Colombia as their landlocked. These fronts will also connect up, but they don't really need to since they have their own country. Anyway. Finally, these fronts will connect up, and Colombia, after facing a lot of invasion in their more industrial land here now, more developed land, they will just surrender over, and we can look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, a lot happens. Colombia and Costa Rica no longer exist. Nicaragua gets all this land, and Venezuela also gets all. But the country who gets the most is Peru, who is now the second strongest country in South America, beating Argentina and getting close to Brazil's spot. But Brazil, they're still a very strong country, and would beat Peru in a war, and Peru knows this. So what are they going to do? They're going to form their own alliance, which will hopefully stop Brazil from doing that. And who joins this alliance? Well, first, we see Uruguay join it, we see Nicaragua join it, and finally Venezuela, as these are all countries who were in the war I just mentioned. And countries that are in opposite alliance, bang, boom, ka-chow, just all these countries. Nothing severe. Well, anyways, We also see Honduras join this alliance, as well as Jamaica, which causes El Salvador to join the Red Alliance. And yeah, let's see how this war starts. Because on the border with El Salvador and Honduras, these two can just not resist declaring war on each other in the football war or something. A Nicaraguan general in the area thought war had already broke out, moves troops over here and takes the coastal areas. We have uh, Honduras. Did I say Nicaragua? I mean El Salvador. This will start the war. And this is the biggest war in South American history, I think. Anyways, let's look at this war scenario. So, back up here with Nicaraguan troops getting involved. El Salvador, Honduras will be crushed, and same with Jamaica. Now we can get to the actual fighting, which involves Uruguay, who is immediately destroyed. And up in Guyana, the Venezuelans will start an invasion, taking all the northern land, and here we'll also start to take some Amazon rainforest, which isn't really important. And Guyana will start in some land over here, but no, it's nothing important, so it's okay. But yeah, over in the south though is where the red train will struggle, because Brazilian and Argentinian troops will start to move into Peru, taking a lot of land away from them. All this land, what is this? Whereas they take all this land, and Peru was not kind of expecting this, but not really. They thought it was going to take a bit of land, but not this much. So now Peru has to send forces down south to deal with the threat, which they don't arrive in time. These two